Glad to have you with us here on Seattle Seahawks today. Tyler Jones here with you. Thanks for stopping by. With the roster cutdowns in the rearview mirror, we've also had the first waiver wire. Now the countdown to kickoff is on. And could there be another big move coming for your Seattle Seahawks as they find themselves now with $13 million in cap space, according to overthecap.com? Does that mean that they're looking to add another piece before the season begins? I got 5 free agent targets to watch here on this edition of Seattle Seahawks Today. We'll break them down coming up in just a moment. Before we do, folks, we are getting oh so close to 55,000 subscribers on the channel. I put the challenge out a few days ago that I wanted to get to 55K subs before week 1, and we are making significant progress, folks. We're just over 150 away from that next milestone. We're going to be live for every Seahawks game this season, including the opener against the Broncos. We're going to continue to bring you our daily news and rumors, our weekly live shows, breaking news, Q&A mailbags, and more. It's all right here on Seattle Seahawks Today. Subscribe now for free. Never miss a moment. YouTube.com/SeahawksTV, and we'll get started with today's show. Let's begin with Yannick Ngakoue. Yannick Ngakoue still available in NFL free agency at this point. Ngakoue, he's been a journeyman in the National Football League, playing for several teams like the Chicago Bears, the Baltimore Ravens, the Indianapolis Colts, just to name a few. And the edge rusher position for Seattle right now has some question marks, right? With the injury to Uchenna Nwosu, we hope, but we don't know for certain, that he's back sooner than later. That leaves that spot up in the air. And one thing I've pointed to on this program that I'll continue to reiterate when it comes to Mike Macdonald and what he's done with the edge rusher position in his 2 seasons with the Baltimore Ravens is maximizing older talent that aren't being paid a ton of money and kind of rejuvenating or revitalizing those guys, right? We saw it with the likes of Justin Houston. We saw it with Kyle Van Noy. We saw it with Jadeveon Clowney. Yannick Ngakoue, who he coached previously, by the way, feels like that type of guy, coming off a down year with just 4 sacks. He had 9.5 sacks 2 seasons ago, and he's not going to cost you a ton of money. He's somebody that you're looking at potentially paying a veteran minimum, a prove-it deal of sorts. This feels right up Mike Macdonald's alley to bring in a guy like Yannick Ngakoue and get him to 9+ sacks again. Look, the Seahawks have their pass rushers that can get after the quarterback. They have guys that can play coverage. They have guys that can stop the run. All you would need from Yannick Ngakoue potentially is, hey, can you come into the rotation and be a guy that, just gets your sacks and basically be the replacement for Darrell Taylor? No offense to Gibson, who the Seahawks just traded for, but I would feel much better about Yannick Ngakoue's chances to have a pretty good season and to make an impact than I would with Gibson, quite frankly. To me, Yannick Ngakoue could potentially be worth taking a flyer on. What do you have to lose? So, I like the idea. What do you guys think? Should the Seahawks sign Yannick Ngakoue? Type S for sign, P for pass. Way in the comments section, tell us what you think. Still available at this point is Shaq Leonard at the linebacker position. And the Seahawks have some question marks when it comes to the linebacker spot. And I feel like if you bring in Leonard, that would provide some relief, some breathing room, if you will, at this position right now. Because here's where things stand at the moment. Terrell Dodson's going to be your green dot linebacker. Everybody's excited about him. He looks like a complete player. He's good at pass coverage, one of the best pass coverage linebackers in football, was the highest rated in the league by Pro Football Focus last year. You got Jerome Baker, who we feel good about, but there's the injury concern. Is he even going to play week 1? Mike Macdonald says so, but that remains to be seen. And then Tyrese Knight, he's a rookie. He's a 4th-round rookie. He looked good in the preseason, but still very raw, right? And then at the other spot, are we so certain about that linebacker position, about Drake Thomas? Like, I don't know. Shaq Leonard could make me feel a lot better about where the Seahawks are at. A veteran that's played at a high level, that's played in Pro Bowls before. Sure, he's not the same player that he was maybe in 2020 when he had 132 sacks and 7 tackles for loss and all that. But I don't need him to be that guy. I just need him to be a guy that could potentially come in and just settle things down, to be a depth piece, to give you some more comfort in where this team is at that position. That's all I need from him. And I think that he's more than capable of that if he was given that opportunity to do so. Next, let's talk about David Bakhtiari, the legendary Green Bay Packer who's had a fantastic career, but he's been very banged up injury-wise. And we've seen when he's been healthy, he's been one of the best. He's been a game changer. And now that we know that Abraham Lucas is going on the PUP list, that he will not be available for the first 4 games, you have to think in the back of your mind, all right, if he's not available for the first 4 games, when is he going to be available? We don't know. Bakhtiari could be a game changer. And you think about this group. Charles Cross got banged up week 1 last year, as did Abraham Lucas. George Fant is going to step in and be your starting right tackle for now while Abe Lucas is on that PUP list. And so Bakhtiari, I would have on speed dial ready to go, especially after week 1 if something were to happen. Or if you're feeling like, you know what, maybe I don't want Mike Jarrell, a 6th-round rookie, backing up, the likes at the right tackle position there of George Fant. Maybe I'd feel a lot better with Bakhtiari. Maybe Bakhtiari could compete with George Fant for that starting role. It would make you feel a little easier about this. Now, the money, I don't think, unlike Shaq Leonard, that he's looking for a cheap contract. That could be the thing that the Seahawks find themselves not being able to pull this off of, hey, Bakhtiari might be saying, hey, I'm looking to be a starter and I want to make a decent amount of money. Because the last time that we saw him at full strength, remember he only played 1 game last year, 2022. I mean, his grades were still really good. 87.8 overall pass block grade, 79.8 overall grade, 68.5 run block grade. I like the fit, but there's some things you have to work through potentially to make this happen. Should the Seahawks sign David Bakhtiari? What do you guys think? Type Y for yes, type N for no. Weigh in the comments section and let us know. One guy we're excited about this season is Byron Murphy. His jerseys are on sale now at chatsports.com/Murphy. Add a 9 to that 1. And we have the home jersey, the road jersey, the throwback alternate option. We also have free shipping available for you as well. Go see for yourself, chatsports.com/Murphy. The link is in the comments and the description of today's video. Check it out today. Check it out to get your Byron Murphy jerseys. A couple more names for you. Let's talk about the tight end position. CJ Uzomah, formerly of the New York Jets, also on our list. And you look at this tight end spot. Here's what the Seahawks decided to do. They roll with Noah Fant. They roll with A.J. Barner, Pharaoh Brown, and Brady Russell at the tight end spot. You only have one true pass-catching tight end among those 4 right now in Seattle. And to me, that hurts you because you can't do a ton of 12 personnel with true receiving threats. And we've already seen Fant and Brown banged up a bit. And personally, I feel like an offense is at its best when you have 2 true receiving tight end threats. In all honesty, the Seahawks don't have that right now. Granted, CJ Uzomah hasn't played great as of late. Last year in 12 games played, had 8 catches for 58 yards. But you can see, you go back to 2021, 49 catches, 493 yards, 5 touchdowns. And then think about this too. The Seahawks are looking to Noah Fant to be their red zone tight end threat, the role that was previously held by Colby Parkinson. Well, Noah Fant, that's a new thing for him now to take on that role. Is he ready for that? I hope so. But what about another option potentially to make you feel better about that receiving room? CJ Uzomah could potentially be that for Seattle. Last on our list, let's talk about the safety position now. Jayron Kearse, the former Dallas Cowboy, still available in free agency at this point, folks. I'm a little surprised. And I think we have to ask ourselves, are we completely sold on this safety room right now entering 2024? Are we so certain about this group right now? I love me some Julian Love. I think Rayshon Jenkins is going to have a breakout year. But Kobe Bryant, so far in his first 2 seasons in the NFL, has been very up and down, and he was banged up, missed most of last season. And then Kayvon Wallace is still kind of an unknown at this point in time. You look at Kearse. I mean, this is somebody that played decent last year for Dallas. 72 tackles, 4 tackles for loss, 4 pass breakups, and an interception. You go back to 2021, had 2 interceptions, 10 pass breakups, 101 tackles. At the very least, remember, we're looking at flexibility when it comes to this safety room, right? Mike McDonald wants to play 3 safeties. I don't know if you can really do that right now with this group. If you add Kearse to that mix, then maybe we're talking about potentially doing that. But I don't know if you're at a comfort level where you feel okay with that. Jayron Kearse still out there. I would be fascinated about that possibility. So there you have it. That's our list. We've gone through 5 names. There's plenty more out there, folks. Name a player you think the Seattle Seahawks should sign. Weigh in the comment section. Give us a name that you would like to see. For continuing Seattle Seahawks coverage, subscribe now to Seattle Seahawks Today. We will see you coming up in just over a week for our watch party against the Broncos right here on the channel. Subscribe now. Thanks for joining us.